Okay, so hey there everyone, Hitesh here, and it's been a while that we have catch up live. So we are going to check up if the live is actually working properly or not, or do I need to set up a few more things on this stream? So let me check it up and let me know in the comments section if everything is working live or not. Just give me a few seconds. I'll manage it up. And seems like live is up. Okay, so this one is all up. And this is the one. Yep, it's working. And can I see the chats? Yes. Oh, there's so many people up here. And yes, there's been a lot going on. I haven't even posted anything on Instagram, anywhere. Happy Republic Day to you as well. And cheers. It's really a proud day for all of us. Regardless of our difference in the opinions and everything, it's a great day. So happy Republic Day to all of you. And I have been working all of it. And yes, you can turn this stream into 1080p. It's going to be fully 1080p from... It's actually coming up from my camera, so no issue in the quality. And the audio it's Rode, so it never fails to amaze me. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be good. And yeah, welcome on board. First and foremost, it's really cold here, so please don't mind me sipping my tea. And you can have your all teas as well, and I'll share all the updates that are going on. There's a lot of updates. I'm coming up with a series as well that's going to get like really low amount of views, but it's going to be good. So yeah, that's a SaaS project I am currently involved in. It's a startup, not my startup. I'm working on it. It's not something like that. So is it a gray jacket? It's kind of a grayish. It's not going to look gray on the camera. It's grayish. I don't deviate from colors. Gray is always like there. And let me stream settings. Let's turn on some of... okay, so where can I see more settings? Latency, viewers activity. Okay, so I can see almost all of them up here. Let me try to edit. And in the live chat, there we go. We got a slow mode. So first let's turn it on, because otherwise it will be too much of the stuff. So slow mode is on now. 1080p is not available. I don't know. I'm streaming in 1080p. But I don't know how this is going to be working. Can I work as an intern with you? Not yet. I have enabled the slow mode, so don't worry. Just enabled it. You might be able to see that. Previously, there was an issue in my account, which YouTube resolved. So now I have option of slow mode. Previously, the option is not there. Ayush is saying 1080p not available. Don't worry, watch in 720. It's not going to be bothering you too much. The quality is still going to be okay. First, I'm streaming from my camera, and this camera doesn't listen to me much. So it goes on to sleep mode after 30 minutes. Can't do much about it. So I have to go back from here, turn that on. And so don't mind me going. Max is 720p. I don't know, maybe there might be some of the issues. Streaming health. 720 is not that bad. Come on. Some of you might be watching in 480p on the mobile, so it's not bad. But usually I stream in 1080. There might be some issues. Okay. So, hi Hitesh, is MacBook Air M1 good for programming? Yes, it is really good. Now that I have seen it firsthand, I obviously can recommend it. I tested it thoroughly. Some of the people in the company actually got it, one person only. And we tested out thoroughly on React Native nodes, firing up some of the Python notebooks, even Android Studio. We didn't spare it off. Just for fun, we spent it off. It was a little bit like not that mark in the Android Studio. But apart from that, it was just shining. The processing were really fast. We tried it up some of the Illustrator and Photoshop files too. We basically nailed it down everything that's possible, and the M1 worked really nicely. Probably I'll set up a dedicated video using that MacBook. Performance was really good. I'm watching in 240p. Come on, bump it up a little bit. You're getting that much of data. Okay, so which sauce can you give a quick idea? Yes, so as I was saying, I was involved in this startup, and I'm jotting down my thoughts into a piece of paper so that I can guide you in all of the process that we followed, what are the good practices that we followed, some of the things which didn't work out for us that nicely, and how we were able to ship an entire software for a new startup, which won't be that much highlighted in India. It's a US-based startup. I was just involved in working for them. It was a great team, very experienced people, some very new people as well, and a lot of learning experience. And the SaaS is having multiple roles, so it's going to be role-based startup. And I am still under the NDA that I cannot share the names and the idea of the software, but still I can share enough of the experience that I have learned through this entire journey of working with them. And we involved the whole thing, which can be a little bit surprising to a lot of you. This software is going to be used in Fortune 500 companies, and the startup is fairly new, but they already got 5 clients in their bag, which are pretty big clients. And we are shipping this software from a basement. It's not a Bangalore-based high-end company. It just is a basement just nearby, and we are just shipping everything from there. We are utilizing Heroku, AWS, Netlify, Node, MySQL, a lot of Jira, a lot of management APIs, a lot of back and forth on the Git branches. So there's a lot that's going on, and there are lots of conflicts that happens in the team, how to manage that, and how to ship a concept which was just given to us, and how to ship it as a software. That was quite a journey. I have done it in the past, but not to this scale. This was like really, really big. Just yesterday, one of our teammate was plugging in API in one of the final forms that we had to make. And that final form included 8 APIs to be plugged in on the goes. So yeah, a lot of planning needs to go there. And I know these kinds of videos are not going to be very much viewable, because in the world of YouTube, the majority of the time, the videos that get hype are like top 5 programming language or how to crack a FANG interview. This was not a FANG interview, obviously. This was more about how to plan and structure an application, why we choose a stack, what are the goods that we got from that stack, what are the bad decisions that we got from that stack. So these were all the things that we learned from it. A couple of mistakes were made, architectural mistakes that we obviously rectified in time. Some of the mistakes we went so far that we have to like bear them for a while now. We'll see. There are definitely some situations where conflicts happen between the design team, the developer team, and the tester team, and of course between the founders and the dev team. How we resolved on all of that. So it's quite an experience. I would love to jot it down and explain the entire process, hopefully without breaking all of that. Not contrast, the brightness is just little up. Actually, I need to set it up. Okay, so I guess that's gonna be it. The light is actually really close. I need to shift it a little bit, but I'll figure it out. It's a new kind of a setup that we are having and stuff like that. Okay, so Chetan, yes, I will be uploading those videos for sure very soon. I'm jotting them down. I'm not worrying about the views that they're gonna get. I am pretty sure that we are gonna get just probably like 15 or 20 views, or probably 100 views at a max. But regardless of that, it can be a great learning experience for somebody who is just starting to work in a company, and how the entire process works, how the conflict actually works, and stuff like that. So yeah. Okay, so now let's take up a few questions. Yeah, better now. It's a little better. I can see that it's overexposed. It's not really good. I'll figure it out. Don't worry. It's a very first live. Okay. Sir, do you know Telugu? Really wish that I could speak in multiple Indian languages, but I cannot, sadly. And now I'll be taking up some of your questions as well. Before that, a few of the updates. We are definitely working on a lot of things at Learn Code Online. It's not like that I was involved in that startup. Things here are going to compromise. No, not at all. The planning is already being done. Everything is in setup motion, and they will be you will be able to see those differences from the very 1st of April. I know that's a long time, but things do take time. Things actually do take time, and you're going to see that. First update that I'm going to be sharing up is that Paytm is now available on the website. I do have planned up a video about the Razorpay and the PayUmoney and some of the things that we had and exchanged some of the thoughts there. So I'll be sharing that. But yes, Paytm is now available on the website. Very soon we will be rectifying the issue of paying in dollars and pounds, and you can see the currencies right up front. That will be there very soon. But as of now, Paytm is available, so you can pay via your Paytm wallet. I know that's a long request from you guys. We heard it. We have been trying it from last 1 year, and it is finally here. And apart from that, in case you haven't seen that, what's your drinking? It's hot tea. It's still hot. It's really cold here, so don't mind me sipping the tea. Okay. And apart from that, we have also started our blog section. So we recently partnered up with Hashnode. Amazing team. We talked about how we can move our blog section to Hashnode. We moved it up in collaboration with that. So we have deployed our team as well. And that team is working on writing some of the articles. Not only that, we are hiring more people for this writing content. We are not worried about SEO. For all those SEO people, please don't reach out to me because we won't be hiring SEO. We need programmers to write articles, and you don't need to worry about English. I know and I can understand English sometimes is a third language or even a second language for a lot of us. So don't worry about that. And we are hiring up more programmers to write articles on some programmer friendly topics, installation guides, development guides, and a whole bunch of other things. So that is going on in action, and more blogs are definitely coming up. We are still planning up in the team section. The boards are already, the Trello boards are up and running. We are having topics. So in case you have some topics in mind on which you want us to write articles or a step-by-step guide, throw me up on Instagram. All these topic title suggestions, I would really appreciate that. In case you want to write it, we are paying for that. It's not like you are going to be totally working for free. We are paying per article, and it depends on how many words are there, how much article popularity is there. It's going to be between from 1,000 rupees to 3,000 rupees per article, which I think is a pretty fair price comparing to what I charge for my courses. So I think that's good enough. In case you are interested in writing articles for us or contributing something in that, paid work or free work, whatever that is, we are more than welcome to have you on board. Of course, after checking your writing skills. Again, let me remind, no SEO works. I don't give a damn about SEO. I only give about the quality content. It should serve programming community and nothing else. Okay, lemon tea. Yes, of course, Pranav, you got it. It's a lemon tea. I love that. I don't like milk, so it's all just tea, pure tea. Okay. And the blog section is ready. The Paytm is up and running. Currently, there is no course being planned up because we are busy in some operation stuff. I will share my thoughts about Razorpay versus PayUmoney and what experience I got and why we moved from Razorpay to PayUmoney and how things are going on. A bunch of stuff which might help you to decide in choosing your payment gateway and stuff like that. Okay, virtualization support on Mac Pro M1. That is a little bit issue. The Docker actually runs fine in case you're worried for that. But virtualization is a little bit of the issue in the new M1 because some of the softwares are yet not compatible. So if you purchased any software previously which are giving you compatibility of loading the Windows on top of Mac, that is still an issue. Okay. React Native course with iOS app. Current course is only like Android oriented, so purely hybrid course. I would not agree with your statement here because The course that I have designed, the recent new React Native, I have taken care of the exact code is working on iOS as well. So if you'll test out the code, it will work absolutely fine. Not even a single issue. And it's going to work absolutely fine. I haven't tested that so much in the videos because running the two simulator of Android and iOS and code and the recording, it's a very process consuming task. That is why I have avoided it. But there is no issue in the compatibility. It's a complete course, which even I have got you with the gotchas, like when you migrate your app from iOS to Android, what are the things you have to take care? What are the updates you have to make? So I have taken care of that at my best, what I could. If you face any problem, reach me out on Instagram. I'll surely have more articles on it or more videos on it. I'll try my best. Okay, so how to know I am internship ready? If you have built up a few projects which include a couple of databases, couple of variations in database, probably one MySQL, one Mongo, and it's using the all CRUD functionality, probably a little bit interaction with payment gateway, anyone would be good, and then you are ready to go for an internship. I think so. Okay. Thanks. Just one video, add their iOS app. What do you mean by that? One video, add their iOS app. I didn't understood what the topic or the title you are looking up for. And there are some people who are posting up some of the hateful comments as well. If you don't like me, why are you here? Like you can move on. Probably there might be some gaming streaming going on live. Why are you wasting your time and my time as well? Okay, so I had sent you super chat, but money got deducted, but it didn't show. Sorry, I don't know how to handle that. I don't know how to handle the super chats. No idea. Okay. Will a question from a developer with 3 years of experience. Gulshan, where is the question? Looks like you forgot to add the question. Thoughts on unpaid internship? See, there is a lot of heat which comes up when you talk about the unpaid internship. If the unpaid, like from a student's perspective, if the unpaid internship come up from a company like Uber or Google, you would be just running for that. And when that unpaid internship come from a company which is newly set up or a newly product, you won't even be touching that. So I don't know what to say on that topic. But it also depends on where you are standing right now. And if you are standing at a place where you can provide enough value and you know the stuff, nobody will be hesitating to pay you for that, at least a little amount. But if you're going in the internship with the intention of just that you will prepare me everything there, and that company has to work a lot in preparing you, probably a month or 15 days, then you're not adding a value. So again, I would say that rather getting an internship and then heated debate, there's no sense of that heated debate. The sense is just take your time off a little bit, learn a little bit. There are plethora of courses. Even if you don't like my courses, I think there are plethora of other instructors. Just make sure you are adding a value and you are an asset itself. Learn the stuff, prepare yourself, make some good projects, show me up on Instagram or any other instructor who is replying you there or anybody else, and just go for it. And then apply for internship or probably a job. You'll be able to add more value in the company and stuff like that. So it's like a stuff there. Why companies take aptitude test while hiring? In the initial days also, I was kind of against it that there shouldn't be an aptitude test. But I realized that aptitude is necessary. After working in the large scale teams, I realized that some people have a problem in gathering their thoughts, putting up their thoughts out. And this is where aptitude actually comes in. And they train you a little bit in the thinking process, the logical process, which is actually necessary. So I would say it is kind of a necessary evil to have it. We are working on it, and we'll be pushing up a resource. That's only thing you need to learn about the aptitude. We'll be fixing it up. And okay, so Abhi says, Hindi nahi aati kya? I even know Sanskrit, if you can talk into that. I even know Hindi as well. Uh, but why we should be talking in the language which a lot of people don't understand? If you want to talk to me in Hindi, just come by, find me nearby, and I'll talk in Hindi with you. Why are you getting so much aggressive on me that don't you know Hindi or something like that? I really feel that how much of the discrimination might be going on when a person from the southern part of the country, when coming into the northern part of the country, where everybody is forcing everyone that if you don't know Hindi, you are not part of the country or you are not part of the system. Like, how injustice is that? Although he's writing everything in English, it's not like he's writing everything in Hindi here as well. So how much hypocrisy is this here? Ah, you didn't expect it that from me, but I can have it. Okay, I have a blog on Hashnode related to imposter syndrome for programmers. Surely you can reach me out and you can share your Hashnode blog into Learn Code Online as well. And by the way, Hashnode and I have agreed on sending up a lot of goodies and stuff. So for the contribution, the free contribution that's gonna coming up, we'll be sending up t-shirt, goodies, mugs, and everything. And for some of the contributions, we'll be sending up payments as well. The payments is gonna come up purely from Learn Code Online, but goodies might come up from Hashnode as well. And we are talking with some of the other teams as well, like AWS and Google and Vercel, to make sure that some of the people who have written great articles, they mention them in their Twitter and give them a more exposures or probably some hiring calls as well. So yeah, we are working on that as well. Okay, so Shivam Rai says, same discrimination goes for North Indians in South India, but good people are also everywhere. I 100% agree. I have faced this kind of discrimination as well, where people expect me to know Tamil or something like that. And it's equally bad for every language. If you force somebody that if you don't know Hindi, if you don't know Tamil, you are bad. Like, I really don't understand why people force me. Even I have seen so many of the hateful comments on my channel that you are on just 600 subscribers because you are talking in English. If you would have been talking in Hindi, you would be at 2 million. They don't really understand. I'm not after numbers. I hardly care if it is 600,000 or a million or just 100,000 user. Already 100,000 users is a pretty big deal for me. And once I hit the 100,000, it just all is bonus for me. So I don't really understand this whole nonsense thing which is there, and not really good. Okay. What's your... Okay, that is offensive, my dear friend. Abhishek Patil says, what's your total wealth? Like, gosh. Like, I don't really understand. I do understand one thing, that some of the YouTubers, they try to portray their entire incomes and earnings that are really clickbaity titles. But I think asking somebody about what's your total entire wealth is highly, highly offensive. At least I think that. What next do you want? Probably you want my income tax statement or my entire family's income tax statement? Like that's... Okay. Abhi says, sir, because understanding Hindi is much easier than English. Why are you writing in English if you are advocating Hindi? You are using alphabets here, which are English fonts. You are on a platform which is using the English font. So, again, no offense particularly. I'm not redirecting any offense or something. Just having a casual conversation with you. Okay, so my camera is a little off. Okay, so I'm back. I have to manage everything, so please excuse me for that. I have to go back, turn my camera on, and come back and stuff like that. Because no course is free on your channel. Haven't you seen the JavaScript course? And again, the courses that I produce, they are high quality courses. They require a lot of efforts. They require a lot of editing works. They require a lot of teamwork. And then on top of that, we have to provide a team which can solve all of your doubts and certification. Anyways, you are paying more in the advertisement and the distraction. A course that you should be finishing up in 15 days on YouTube, you finish it up in 6 months. So, and again, okay, so these kinds of things. I have to go back again, so please excuse me for that. The tech live is going in wrong direction. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's distraction. Totally distraction. But again, questions are coming up. I'm not throwing these questions. Okay. How many total languages and framework you know? I have never counted. And to be honest, at one phase of the programming, you will reach on to that phase as well. That after reaching understandable phase of loops and functions and how the structure should be there of an application, it doesn't really matter too much if it is Python-based application or JavaScript-based application or any other language. It just takes a few minutes to understand and few weeks to practice them. And the good practices, standard practices remains always the same. Like the practices that you follow in designing the APIs, whether you are designing these APIs in Django or Node or XYZ, they are going to remain the same. The standard practices needs to remain same. And I'll put up a video as well on this, that how to properly architecture your APIs and everything. They are in the plan. They are going to come up very, very soon. These are the things you eventually learn as you work and you ship out more projects. And definitely there are a little bit more involved stuff here. Hitesh, any plans on ethical hacking course recorded? Other 199 courses? No, 199 pricing is going to go away. And we cannot afford it much further. So we are going to retire that 199 pricing. We'll increase that to 299 because 199 is not feasible. Okay, there is a super chat. Indeed, English is something which glues us together. Using Hindi will make content not super useful for others like Tamil or English guy like me. Yeah, I do understand. I totally in agreement with you. And thanks for the super chat as well, by the way. I do understand that you need to understand this very, very clearly from the programming perspective as well. Whether you code in JavaScript or Python, the ultimate idea is to ship a software which makes people life easier. Similarly, the goal of a language, whether it is a Tamil or Hindi or maybe Punjabi, is that you convey your thought and other person is able to understand it. That's it. All things are just politics. And I think that's not good for all of us. So understand the core foundation of a thing. And I 100% agree with you. Okay. Pratik says, I have a doubt. Kindly respond to me. My question, sir. Is it required to learn Node.js and MongoDB? Can I use Firebase instead? Will it fulfill all requirements? Will it be a problem? Openly, it would be a problem. Having a Firebase knowledge is required because in some of the applications we do require Firebase, but in the full-fledged applications which are like SaaS-based or you're shipping an entire software from a company, you will be interacting with the database. Hiding away from the database is no option. You like it or not, you will be digging up into the database. Whether it's MySQL, Mongo, or anything else, Postgre, it will come. It will come. But it's not like you always have to dig up in the database. Just fraction knowledge is good enough. Because in the front end, mostly the teams are divided in such a way that the backend guy, one guy is for crafting the database and fields and points. Other guy is for the backend, which interacts with the database and gives you the all APIs for writing and deleting from the database. And the front end guy, usually there are two teams in the front end. The one team is actually going to be designing all of the components. And there will be another team or one person who will be hooking up the components from the backend API. So that's how the entire team flow and team structure actually works. So you can be at just one person who is hooking up all the APIs and front end. Basically, you'll be managing the front end part. But having a little knowledge, if you want to ship up entire thing on your own in the freelancing world, you usually ship up entire thing. Then you obviously have to have that. Okay, Varun Sapro says, please answer my question. I don't have a question here. Your chats, you, why don't you put up entire question in just one chat so that I can at least see that? And yeah, by the way, again, reminding you, we are having this entire blog set up and everything, and we are paying as well. In case you are a writer or anything, just go ahead, reach us out. If you have any topics in mind that we should be writing on, reach me out, throw me up on Instagram, and I'll surely have that. Okay, Lokendra Verma, thanks for the super chat. What is the future of Ionic framework? I haven't yet shipped any product in the Ionic. I have played a little bit with it, but on the personal grounds, just testing out few things on a few Sunday, free up Sunday or something. I haven't used it. I haven't seen any of my friends in the developer community using it too much. Some were involved in it, but they have migrated into React Native, Flutter, these kinds of things. So don't have much of the stuff on the Ionic. Another super chat is from Priyanshu Kumar. Is lead code enough for placement training? I think no one particular platform is good enough for the placement training. Because in the placement training, it's not about lead code. When you'll go on to HackerRank, LeetCode, or XYZ, any other platform, you're going to notice that the questions are repeating. Their patterns change a little bit, not much, little bit. Their wordings change a little bit. The question is still going to remain same. It's like preparing for your board exam. You're asking, is R.D. Sharma enough? Yes, of course, if you do it entirely, it's enough. Is that XYZ book on maths good enough? Yeah, it's good enough. The whole idea is, if you're looking up for array style of questions, you should understand that these are the variety of questions and that's it, all I'm done. Focus on the variety. Don't focus on the platform, that this is the type of variation in the question I'm going to be doing up. So there should be a proper guide. I have already done that guide in my interview preparation course. That's why I'm telling you in depth that focus more on picking up the variety in the question and then focus on what platform you're using, LeetCode or any other platform. All good enough, all fine enough. Okay. There is a super chat by Akash. Thank you so much. No questions. Thank you. Okay, let's take up the question from the regular stuff. What was the best project you worked on? Best project, I was like totally involved or a remote or a contractor. There will be a couple of variations. I think the best I learned was from the Google team when I was involved in the Firestore. There I learned a lot of best practices and how things are done at a large scale. This experience of shipping up this SaaS-based project is one of the best one I have so far. There's so much that I learned up here from some of the senior developers. I really, really enjoyed it. So yeah. Okay, so thoughts on getting job at the age of 25 in MERN with a 3 LPA. I think it's good enough. I don't know why you are mentioning age up here. There's no point of mentioning age here. If you're just starting a job in the entire full MERN stack and you're shipping up any software or something, I think you should take it because right now money shouldn't be that much of a big issue. If you can survive in that, that's okay. If you're going to ask a little bit more based on your performance, I'm pretty sure company will upgrade you if you can provide enough value. But there's going to be a lot learning if it is an entire MERN stack role, and within like few years, you will be graduating up to like 15 lakhs or probably more packages. So as you learn more, you make yourself an asset to grow further. So I think you should take it. There's no harm in that. Any new course coming up? No, sadly, no new course is coming up. I'm busy in operations and fixing some of the things stuff, focusing a little on blogs as well. So there's not going to be any new course. I will be polishing it a little bit old courses. We'll be adding a few videos. But I think in the next 2 months, there's hardly going to be any course. Some of the content is actually ready, but I have to look up. I'm not pretty sure. Okay, so let's pick up more of the question. Best way to learn Angular in 2021. Why don't you check out my course on that? It's going to be pretty affordable. It's one of the best course, and check out the content by yourself. Visit learncodeonline.in. Okay, so there's an interesting question by Pranjal. Says, is DS data structure necessary for placement, and can I do it with Python instead of C? I have already made a video on that what languages are offered in the Fang scale company, so watch out that one. I don't remember the data structure with Python. Python has a no sign or something. That's a fun video. You should watch that. And yes, you can 100% do that. I will definitely make a video on how much data structure is necessary for the companies that are not Fang, because right now the entire YouTube is filled up with the interviews about the Fang. So I'm going to cover up for the rest of audience as well. Couple of super chats, let's take them. So Avinish, nice name. Thoughts and future of SAP development, like SAP, AB, AP, HANA, and all of the cloud platform. Please, could you tell me about AWS DevOps? I have recently rolled out a free course on AWS. It's serverless. It's going to help you a little bit on the DevOps. If you follow the DevOps, I think you should not miss our series on Ansible that we are putting up on the blog. It's a paid series, paid for us. For the public, it's totally free. We are paying for the series. You don't have to worry on that. And it's a pretty good series. For the SAP development, I really don't enjoy that. I don't think it's an actual development. It's more over like hooking up the things, and that's making an app. Surely it requires a skill, but I'm not a big fan of it, so sorry for that. But AWS DevOps, I would highly encourage and recommend that. Learn the skills which are tough to acquire. Don't learn the skills which are easy to acquire. SAP is comparatively easy. So when things are easy, first and foremost, SAP is a very closed software. It's not really openly available in hundreds and thousands of companies. They are using it, but the developers are not there. And I would recommend to choose something more of an open stack so that you can switch the companies and back and forth. So yeah, check out the free course available on Learn Code Online, which is a serverless on AWS. It will give you a great idea. It's a free course. And check out the Ansible series as well. Okay, Sachin Developer. Okay, Mr. Developer. Hitesh sir, I'm stuck between passion and job opportunity. Give advice on career in web stack versus specific programming like C# or Java or DevOps. Okay, so let me tell you something here, which I have learned recently quite in depth with a couple of incidents that happened around me. If you're finding or trying to have a confusion between passion, job, and money, I think you should early on start choosing the passion, because the motivation that is being given by the money and all the other things is not that great motivator. It eventually flushes down, it eventually fades out. So think about it again. Passion keeps on going on. Like at this point, I can be totally involved in other programming projects and my contract works, but I still take my time to appear on YouTube, make videos, because I love that. This is what my passion is, and I'm very much into teaching and creating content and all of that. That's why I'm able to do it. Otherwise, there is no chance that I would be doing it, because what I'm getting from YouTube is like pennies, and what I'm getting from those other contracts is pretty good subsequent amount of money. So if I would have been choosing just the money or the job opportunities, I wouldn't be surviving there for long. Eventually my passion would be fading up because I'm not passionate on that. Here, despite having everything which I'm not getting, like what YouTube pays you, nothing. Probably my camera cost more than what I'm earning from YouTube in like 6 months, probably more. So go for passion. That's what I'm trying to say. I know I'm getting more like in depth here and broad, but I would say go for that. Okay, identity and access management scope in India. Okay, future of Flutter, thoughts on digital marketing. Oops. Thank you so much for so much of super chat. Digital marketing, any kind of marketing is really good. Just shipping a product is not good enough. You need to have marketing backed with it. So thumbs up for digital marketing, but don't go for the gimmick that you'll be earning lakhs and lakhs for that. It's a field just like programming is a field, and that's pretty much it. Future of Flutter, I don't tell future. I don't know what the future is. I think it's good enough. that you can choose Flutter as an app developer. No harm, no problem in it. But I don't know what's going to be the future. Identity and access management scope in India. What kind of identity and scope management? I didn't really got it. I didn't really understood it. Sorry. But instead of just saying any rambling words, I didn't understood it. 0 bit. Okay, what one should learn for FANG and similar tier companies after being worked for 4 years as a Java backend developer, Spring, REST, and microservices. Basically, by the way, received the merch last night. Loved it. Hey, Sambit, thank you so much. And in case you don't know, I do lots of giveaway on Instagram. Probably we can do one today as well. I can ship out 2 t-shirts probably. We're going to see that on Instagram. I'm going to do another giveaway on Instagram today. Let's do it. And okay, coming to your question as well. Going into the FANG companies, first and foremost, it's going to require multiple attempts. At least it required me. There are very low chances that very first time you apply and you clear all the rounds and you're going to be selected. No, there are usually 4 rounds in that, and your knowledge about Spring REST is going to surely help, but it's a secondary for them. The first one is getting shortlisted, and the second one is clearing the DS round, which requires in itself preparation. So you should check out my interview preparation course. I think that's more than enough. You don't need anything outside of it. And practice these questions again and again till your concept get totally clear. And that's all you're going to require. And you have to keep on applying. If you get a reference, that's great. But please don't fall into the traps that will give you a reference and will take like this much of chunk from your salary. You don't need to give 3 or 4 lakhs rupees in the next 3 years to a company which is just providing a reference. You can get reference on your own. Little bit smiley talks on LinkedIn. A little bit proving yourself that yes, you are a worthy candidate. And that's it. Companies do require good candidates. It's not like they're not required. They require it. So don't fall into that. Work a little bit, and the interview course that I'm having is more than enough. If you don't want to buy my courses, that's totally fine. You can still look out for lead code and have a little bit reference. That is also going to work fine. And plethora of YouTube content is also here. And if you have any issues or problem or having a thought like which video should I watch, which you shouldn't watch, reach me out on Instagram, ping me. It might take a little while, but I do try to reply, or ping me 2-3 times. Okay. I am 21. Congratulations for being 21. And I have not completed my 10th. Okay, that's bad. But I have been learning front-end development for almost 2 years now. Is it possible to get a job in India? Yes, but okay. I'm going to lose a subscriber here, but I think this needs to be out. Okay. Let me tell you, my friend, you haven't completed your 10th. That is going to bug you for the rest of the life. It's going to bug you. It's going to hunt you down. It's going to haunt you. You may not like me for that, but I'm not here to make sure that you like me. Don't like me. It's okay. But this is going to be an issue whenever you are going to be appearing for any kind of interview in the big companies. It is going to bother you. But I have seen my friends who haven't completed their engineering or probably their 12 and are still working. They're doing freelancing. They're working in some companies as well. They're living fine. It's not like they're not living. They're having a miserable life. One of them recently got a new car, very expensive one, around 20 lakhs. It's definitely possible, but stay prepared. It's going to hunt you down. It's going to haunt you a little bit. It's going to come up as a barrier in all of the interviews that you're going to face. So make sure you are prepared in your skills so much extraordinarily that no candidate can stand, and you have to work extraordinarily hard. You are competing with people who are having not just 10th, not just 12th, but also their engineering degrees or probably their master's degree. It's a tough competition. Start working on your skills. If you have been learning the front-end development for 2 years, there should be a shining portfolio that is unmatchable. Surely dislike me for that. And probably somebody else can wrap this up in a better way, in a more polite way. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be straight up forward, blunt. It's going to hurt, but this is it. So yes, you can get a job, but start working hard. Really, really hard. Forget about all the games and all the binge watching of YouTube. Start working. This is India. Things happen a little bit different than United States here. Okay, Shavik says, a big fan, sir. Thank you so much, Shavik. Thank you for awesome courses. I've already done 10 courses, completed them, and also got certificates. I would be looking forward for a job letter that you're getting. If you have gone through with the 10 of the courses, I highly recommend now that it's time to not go and enroll in 11th course, but rather analyze what you have learned so far, get a good portfolio, pin up some of the repositories on Git and start applying, get a job, get an offer, do a project, and I would love to see that on my Instagram. So I know you, Shavik. I have seen a lot of your Instagram DMs. I've seen your photo as well. So go ahead, do that. Okay, Abhinav says, thanks. Thanks, Abhinav, as well. Okay, so Muhammad Shafuddin, thank you so much for the super chat. And 4096KR, Mohan Raj. Okay, Reddy. Mr. Reddy. Will tech giants hire digital marketers? Chances are low because tech giants usually have these kinds of things being outsourced to different companies. So they don't hire that much they don't have usually the digital marketing team. Such things are usually outsourced to other companies. So yeah, some do hire. It's not like not all of them hire, but usually this job is outsourced. Okay, so I don't know that why my monetization is off for this stream. I don't know. I'll turn it on. Why is monetization off by default for my live streams? It's not giving me anything good, but at least whatever you are giving, keep me giving it. This is a really long live session. Really long. But I'm having fun. Okay, come on. Okay. Atre Verma, message retracted. I don't know why the message got retracted. Okay, let's pick up more of the questions. Okay, so Learning Hub says your courses are very informative. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Angular, React, Vue. Which one is the best with Laravel? All of them work fine. I probably would be using React with the Laravel if a project comes to me. Angular would be a little heavyweight for Laravel. Like, why would I inject Angular in a Laravel project when Angular can manage everything? I would be choosing between React and Vue. Vue is also good. Pretty good, actually. Okay, Recoil.js. I will be covering up Recoil as well because we had a long discussion in the team that for this SaaS-based project, should we use Recoil or Redux? And we ultimately end up using Redux for that. So I'll be making a video on Recoil as well, like why we even came up with the thought of even having a Recoil in the statement first and all of that. So I would say that still I would be using Redux, but I'll have a video on that. Okay, Pritam says, love your UI color site. Would you teach us that? That's an easy project, actually. There's nothing much to teach in that. It's just a click to copy. The UI was a difficult thing, like how to manage the UI and challenging part. And especially the gradient one, that how we want our users to actually utilize this gradient. That was a challenging part in the UI. In the code part, it's actually very simple. It's just a click to copy, a clip action board. There's nothing much. So yeah. I don't think so there's anything much to teach, but if you want, I can make a short crash course on designing the UI color picker. It's nothing much. But if you want, I can do that. No big issue. Okay. Is joining a company with WordPress development okay? If I am aiming for big giants for Amazon, Google, Zomato, etc. for web developer? I think yes. Any company, it doesn't matter if you are working just code on WordPress or PHP. Eventually, you can show your managers that, hey, I have this skill too. You can use my skills in other projects and stuff like that. If the company is having multiple projects if the company is just having pure WordPress project, probably it's a freelancing company. Okay, so DevOps course, please. Uh, you need to understand that putting up a DevOps course is moreover a clickbaity thing than anything else, because DevOps is not a technology that you can learn. That's the one of the big mistake everybody makes. DevOps is not a software, it's not a tool, it's not a tech that you can learn. It's a mixture of a lot of things that you eventually learn and call yourself as a DevOps engineer. You definitely learn development, you definitely learn operations, and the operations using Docker, Ansible, Puppeteer, stuff like that. So look for that kind of stuff, not just I want to become a DevOps. It's again a hype word. Be careful for that. Eventually, you're going to see the courses and videos. Be a DevOps engineer in 1 hour, 2 hours. They do really well, the titles, but we all know inside the little bit experienced developers that how things are going on. Okay. Hello, sir. How to get big freelancing project from outside India? Can you recommend some methods? It is very difficult to get big scale project. It's going to take you at least 5 or 6 years to get big scale project, because initially the first thing that you get in the freelancing market are basic websites, like few 5 or 6 pages website with contact form and stuff like that. Eventually, the word gets around in the market that, hey, there is this developer. He's really nice. He can understand everything that you are saying. He is good in understanding the thoughts, because let me address this. Because writing just a code and shipping it is definitely a part of your job, but what the freelancing clients look for is, are you able to understand my thoughts properly? Are you decent in any communication language which we are talking? Like, for example, you are taking more clients from France. You should be fluent in French so that he feels comfortable in talking to you. Eventually, after doing a few projects, the words will get around, and then you will be getting bigger projects. So it's going to take like 3, 4, 5 years at least. Don't expect it to come up in the very first year or second year. It usually don't come. I'm too blunt today. Something happened to me. I am too blunt. I should be rapping or sugarcoat things a little bit, but something happened during the last week that probably I'm too much into the dev world with the programming team. I need to back off a little bit. Come on. Okay, so Dev says, David says, currently doing DSA in CPP from your course. Next you should be going up for the tech interview preparation, and that's it. You won't be needing anything else in the domain of interview preparation and data structure and everything. So that's what you should be going up next. Shubhanil says, hey Shubhanil, it's been a while. Where have you been, buddy? Hello, sir. What's your suggestion for off-campus FANG interview apply and any LCA t-shirt giveaway for today? Yes, I will probably be doing some of the giveaways, but we'll be doing that on Instagram. I'll be doing that on YouTube as well, but in the videos soon. So, okay. And off-campus FANG is not that easy, but definitely 100% possible. I say that don't choose FANG as your very first company from off-campus. It's going to be very, very tough. Choose it your second or third company. That's much more advisable. What would you say is better, MCA or MSCS? MSc CS. I don't know. They are both the same. College curriculum don't matter that much. If you have a master degree, that's pretty much it. I haven't done either of them, so I don't know what they are teaching in the curriculum. Just look at the curriculum, like what they are teaching. Don't look at that outside shiny name of BTech or BSc or BCA. Just look what the curriculum is, what they are teaching. That's what you should be worried about. It's like, hey Tesh, I have like the same course and I'm calling it as Python for Freshers and Python 101 and Python Beginners to Pro. What does it matter? These are just 3 courses. Come on, my camera again. Okay, it's still on. I can see that. Hopefully it doesn't like blank out in the middle. Otherwise I need to go back and talk again. Kind of a stuff. Okay, so seems like it's working. Only the screen is off. I don't have a problem with design, but the code. Okay, there are a lot of questions. Let me answer them in the super chat. So first, let's take down. Okay, this is a follow-up for FANG question. Is the process name for non-CS guys. Is the process same for non-CS guys? Heard they had a round of system design, completed your DS course already, now grinding lead code. You should not be grinding lead code like that. You should be actually taking up my tech interview preparation. I have a lead code questions and everything there as well, but I think you should follow that much of guide. And yes, the process is same for all the developers and the tech roles. The process is same regardless you are a CS guy or a non-CS guy. And I have mentioned all the rounds that you're going to face, including the the system design round, the personal interview round, what kind of questions come up, what is the expected answer, and how you can actually make that on your own. I have covered everything there. So like you have spent, sorry, but 200 rupees in the super chat. I think a little bit more. The course is not expensive. You can take into the tech interview preparation, and there is nothing outside of it. That's all. You won't be needing the lead code grind and everything. Everything is covered there. Just finish that and you'll have all your answers. Preetham says, I don't have problem with the design, but the code. Practice more code. Code is going to come up. If you're going to be on this channel and involved in these kinds of things, code is going to come up. 1.5 year experience in mean. How much package should I expect? It doesn't matter if you have 1.5 years or probably 3.5 years. What you have shipped as a software, what experience you have worked on, how much can you handle, and how much do you understand the basic code, that's going to be ending up your package. And also, in what city you are, in what company you are applying, that's going to be another. Like if somebody is getting a package of like 50, 60 or 70,000 rupees in Jaipur, that's a pretty good, very handsome package. But 60,000 in Bangalore is just okay-ish because expensive city. Jaipur is very, very low expense. Again, it all depends. Hi sir, Laravel is good for backend development, and for what front-end framework is good? React, Vue, probably one of my favorite ones, React and Vue. Rohil says, thank you for your honest response. I have been working on solidify my portfolio. I am currently learning React. Any tips to improve my resume? Make sure you are having two variations of your resume. The first one is like not resume actually, more portfolio. The first one is the Git-based portfolio, which programmers look for when they hire you. And another one is the deployed version of it, which clients look for when they hire you. Client don't look at your GitHub. They care least about the code. They care about how the application is looking up. Is it bug free? I am able to log in and do everything that I'm supposed to do. So that's kind of a thing. And if you're learning React from my course, I think that's more than enough. All the concepts are there. Only thing that's required after that course is enhancing those projects which I have created in that, or probably create a little bit on your own. Okay, so there are 530 people watching. If you feel like, hit that like. If you don't feel like, chill out. No such need. Okay, so there are a couple of messages ringing up from the team. Pink LCO wallpaper, come on. I forgot that. I'm so sorry, Akshay. I know you have pinged me a couple of times on Instagram for the pink LCO wallpaper. I will be putting that up probably today. I'll start working on it because I'm currently putting up a couple of sections on blog as well, and one sections of books on LCO, the books that I recommend everybody should read. So there's going to be a separate page for that, and you can just see that all the books that I recommend on that page. I will be doing that. 100% I will be doing that today, if the time permits. Because sometimes you are involved in so much of commitments, then family, friends, YouTube. It sometimes gets busy. I will try my best to give you that pink wallpaper very, very soon. I'm working on that. Okay. Ganesh says, have you seen Mr. Robot? I have seen a few scenes. I didn't got time to watch it. I've seen Robot by Thalaiva, but I haven't seen, like I've seen the Rajni one. Fantastic movie. I haven't seen the Mr. Robot, the hacker one. I'll see that if I'll get time. Okay. Let's stop this here. Now okay. Which one should I buy? A MacBook Pro Intel or M1 for CSE and programming? M1. There is no point of going backwards now. Whatever it is M1. It is going to be M1 in the future as well. All the support, the software updates are going to be coming up from M1. So there is no point of buying an Intel one right now. If you're confused or not having enough review or something, then wait for a little bit while. I'm pretty sure guys like MKBHD, Dave2D are gonna do a thorough analysis. I honestly prefer more of Dave2D's approach compared to any other YouTuber's approach. He is actually more into programming side, so he gives you more performances. He runs a few softwares, designs and everything, and then he gives a thorough analysis. And also just to update you, I have been reached out by a couple of companies as well. HP is one of them. Asus is one of them. They are shipping some of the laptops. They were shipping me the low-end laptops. I said, no, I don't need it. I don't need your money as well. Because shipping the low-end software is not going to be good. The low-end laptop, that was really low-end. I cannot recommend it to anybody. It was like that low-end. So I said no, but they have agreed. HP have agreed to send some new laptops in the future. So I'll be able to review that. Okay, Shivam Rai says, have you seen Mirzapur web series? Please. Yes, I have seen Mirzapur. There is no way I'm going to be skipping that one. So yes, I have seen that. Hitesh, can you do a live session on resume review? I don't know. I shouldn't be doing that because if I'll say and if I'll go too much blunt there, it would be very offending to some of the people, the points that I'll mention, and people will take offense in that. So I don't think I should be doing a live resume review. I don't know. And then I don't have to take like a generic resume, like send me a resume, I'll review it. No, that doesn't work. That never works. If anybody who has worked in a company and have taken the interview side of it and preparing a team for a project, you don't do that, send me resume and I'll review. No, you actually mention that this is the position, these are the roles and responsibilities you'll be handling, and then people craft a resume based on that position so that they can highlight the things that are good for that particular position, and then they send the resume. And if I review and if I fictitiously open that position and do a review on that, that will make sense. But just openly throwing up, send me the resume, I'll review it, I don't think so. That's not a precise approach. And that's what differentiates me versus a lot of other people. Because I believe always that once you have a good planning, you save a lot of time. And you have seen I do a lot of stuff. That's all because of a good planning and a good stuff. Hey, Anirudh is here. Hey, Anirudh, how is it going on? And by the way, our awesome team member, Anirudh and Mr. Vajay, Shubham Vajay, awesome article. If you want to see how to deploy your app, Django, Heroku, Postgres, all involved, read out his blog on Learn Code Online. Fantastic article. Anirudh definitely is going to come up. He's busy with me on some project that will come up in April. So he's a little busy. Yeah, just a slight update. So as I was saying, having a planning saves you a lot of time and gives you a direction where you should be moving. Just throwing stuff randomly is not my style. I don't do that. Harsh Joshi says, Jai Hind, sir. Jai Hind, Joshi ji. How are you? Okay. Can commerce students become software engineer? Please tell me the path. Yes, of course. There's no such barrier that commerce student cannot enter. They can. There's no issue. Mohit Rakre. Hey Mohit, how are you doing? That's a nice icon. And hey Mohit, have I added you in the contribution section and the board? I guess not. So reach me out on Instagram. I need to add you in the contribution section as well as in the board section. So have I added you? How can I forget that? I need to check. Okay, so please comment on GPT-3. I've already made comments on GPT-3 in some of the previous live sessions. Okay, do a resume review like that Witsing mouse giveaway competition. Again, as I said that miss super chat. Did I miss super chat? I missed it. Let me just check that. Don't worry, it's up here in the settings. YouTube gives me now that. Okay, so Vishal says, sir, how to price a project? Because after every project, I always feel I have underpaid. Is there a method to calculate the price of the project? There's a subject in the Masters of Computer Science, this price calculation and estimate projection and everything. Even after that, I've seen people fail to do it properly. It always feels like underpaid because the revisions keeps on coming. So I don't know. I haven't even figured out how to properly price the project and stuff like that. I don't know. I have no idea how to do that. Even I think I'm getting underpaid for some of the project that I'm working on. But hey, commitment is commitment. I've committed that I'll charge this much and that's all I'm charging. Please do a Laravel course. I don't think so I'll be doing it anytime soon. Laravel. I'm more involved in JavaScript and Python world right now, and that's where my expertise is going ahead. So I don't think I'll be changing, and I don't have a chance to shift. If any project like comes up, a good scale that wants Laravel as a tech stack, I'll probably do that. Yeah. A difference between your two JavaScript course. One course was designed in 2018, another one is designed in 2020-ish. So that's the difference. As you get updated, as you get advanced, the way how I explain the things improves over the time. Probably I'll have another JavaScript course in 2022 or 23, because as the things are going to advance, I'm going to have better camera setup, experience, better knowledge to explain the complex subject and more. So the newer one is always going to be a little better, but who knows. This red wire, I don't have any other cable, so this is what you have to bear with me. I don't have any other color of wire. I wanted to have a black one, but this is what we got. I got this one. No other option. Okay, so Nitish Kumar, bade dino ke baad. Yeah, it's been a while. Thanks for missing me, and I missed you too as well. Sir, your views on kids learning to code like Scratch and all. It's okay. In the early days, there used to be a language logo where you used to just move the cursor. Remember those days? Or too new for that? We used to all do that. Moving the cursor, LT, 90, RT, 90, if you remember those kind of stuff. We have been all doing it in the kids' days. It was fun, but that's it. It was not monetized in my time that, hey, learn the coding, investors are coming. It was not that much. Okay. What do you think about Kotlin multi-platform mobile? I have to look into that. That come up in the discussion as well yesterday with my team as well. I haven't looked it up yet. I will do a thorough analysis and I'll come back with a video on that. Right now we don't have any project or anything going on for that, but I'll definitely study it and will tell you on that. I have lots of backs. What do I do to get a job SDE? Backs are not going to be bothering you too much. Just clear them up first on priority and then look for a job or anything else that you're doing. They're not going to be bothering you too much after like couple of years. Initially, the first job, they're going to bother you a little bit. But once you get like your very first job, it's not going to bother you after that. So don't worry too much. It's all okay. AWS or Azure, which is your favorite? Come on. You are on this channel for so long. You don't know this. I am on the team AWS side. Azure is okay, but I have burned my hands on AWS by paying excess bill, but still I'm on AWS side. It makes things easier for me and stuff. So my favorite Indian channel. Thank you so much. Elastic versus AWS license controversy. That's a big subject to talk in particular. I'll probably have a video. I'll churn out some of the views from that topic. It's a good topic, heated debate actually. Which country are you from? I'm from this beautiful subcontinent in Asia known as India. Beautiful place. If you haven't visited it yet, you should. It's a beautiful country once the borders are open. Does only CP is good enough for SDE? You will be in a nightmare situation if you're just having a computer programming knowledge and nothing else on your belt, and somehow you're able to crack down a big job in FANG or Amazon or any other company. Make sure you have a balance between the development and the competitive programming and the data structure. It eventually lines up all and stuff like that. There's a lot of super chat coming up for please do a Laravel course. Not right now, not right now. We'll do that later on. Okay, so it was a fun live. I will be, and by the way, again, reminding you updates for that. Paytm money is available on my website finally. I'll make a video on that entire thing that we faced up. And the blog section is ready. We are hiring full-time, part-time, of course, remote, all of them remote programmers to write content. English is not really a big deal. You should be a programmer. That's the first priority. If you want to contribute, you can contribute for free. If you want to contribute for payment, that is also what we are giving away based on how much long the article, how much the popular article is. So we are hiring for that as well. Reach me out on Instagram if you're looking for. And apart from that, I'll be coming up with a series. I'll figure out some of the name for it. It's going to be a startup or something where I'll share my experience of shipping a SaaS-based product from just a basement with an amazing team that I had. I will be sharing the entire experience. Probably it's not going to get any views, probably 15-20 views only, but it would be a good experience documentation that all the problems that we face, the stack that we choose, why is it a startup good, and why I first got involved in that startup and everything. I will be documenting that. If you want to watch that, it's okay. If you don't want to watch that, that's okay. I'm not really worried on that part, but that's going to be coming up next. So stay tuned. I think you're going to love that. Okay, so any updates regarding Fireeye? No, I'm not allowed to talk on that. My friend actually called me that, hey, Desh, stop giving updates on Fireeye. I won't be talking on that for a couple of weeks, and then I'll share all the updates. Okay, so let's end the live. I have to give a demo to the client in the evening. Okay, so that's all for this live. Thank you so much for joining up. Catch me up on Instagram as well. I'll be doing more updates there. Thank you so much for sparing your time to join me up here. Thank you. I'm really, really thankful that you spent some time here. Thank you, and I'll bring more updates and some awesome codes. Bye-bye. Yeah, that was alarm. So, okay, for the meeting. So, bye-bye, and catch me up on Instagram. Reach me out. Probably we can have some talk. Bye-bye.